Hey everyone, it's your bio girl Ima Garcia here today, and I'm going to discuss about the circulatory system, which is the system wherein a cyclic process happens wherein blood transfers from the heart to throughout the body and back to the heart. So, first off, we're gonna draw a blood vessel network. So from the heart to the body, which begins here in the left ventricle. The left ventricle then pushes out blood towards the aorta, which is the largest artery. Then from the aorta, it travels into smaller arteries, branching out onto arterioles. And from there, they meet target cells, wherein the exchange of gas and the receiving of waste happens. So going back to the heart, the blood transfer goes to capillary beds. Right here it happened. The exchange happens here. Then it transfers to venules, which converge into veins. Then from there, it enters either the inferior vena cava or the superior vena cava, which is the largest vein. Then from there, it transfers into the right atrium to the right ventricle. So what about from the heart to the lungs? So the oxygenated blood is carried from the heart through the right ventricle towards the pulmonary artery here. Then it continues on its way towards the lungs, then to the pulmonary capillaries where the exchange happens. So going back to the heart, it goes through the pulmonary vein here, then towards the left atrium, which travels back into the left ventricle. And from there, oxygenated blood is transferred throughout the body, then back to the heart, and so the cycle continues. So if we were to rank the blood vessels in terms of decreasing blood pressure, this would be it. So we'd have the aorta, then the systematic artery, then the pulmonary artery, then the arteriole, then the systematic capillary, followed by the pulmonary capillary. Then we'd have the venule, the veins, the superior vena cava, and then the inferior vena cava. So why are there vessels that have a lower pressure but a higher volume? Well, the answer to that is because blood pressure decreases as it is being pushed away from the heart. So blood in the arteries, as you saw, contains higher pressure in order to be pushed away. Then it's followed by capillaries, then followed by the veins. So if we were to use an equation to describe this phenomena, we would say that blood pressure is directly proportional to blood volume and heart rate. So if blood pressure increases, heart rate and blood volume also increases. If it decreases, then blood pressure decreases. However, if blood pressure decreases, then the vessel diameter increases. Therefore, we can say that is inversely proportional. So we'd use this formula, P, which is the blood pressure, Q times R. Q is the flow of the blood, and R is the resistance in which the blood is experiencing. So what are the hormones that are being used in this system? So first up, we have ADH. So ADH is sourced from the hypothalamus, wherein the effector organs are collecting ducts. Then the factors affected are blood volume, so that's increased blood pressure, and the ADH also promotes water reabsorption. So if water reabsorption increases blood volume, increases blood pressure. Next, we have the angiotensin. Angiotensin. So, this is sourced from kidneys, specifically resin enzymes, wherein the function is to stimulate aldosterone production, and aldosterone is another hormone, and it also stimulates vasoconstriction. It also regulates blood pressure and promotes sodium retention. The receptors in this are the AT1 and AT2 receptors. So the next hormone is aldosterone. Aldosterone is found in the adrenal cortex. So the effector organ are kidneys. Excuse me. And the receptor is a mineral corticoid receptor. So this hormone regulates salt and water absorption as well as increasing blood volume. So it also balances electrolytes. Next hormone we have is epinephrine. So this comes from the adrenal medulla. Then it raises blood pressure and breathing rate, vasoconstriction, and slow digestion. And it also increases cardiac output, dilute airways, raises glucose level, and the metabolic rate of a person. So you can find these specifically in the blood vessels. Then the last hormone we have is the atrial natriuretic peptide. The source is from the cardiac muscle in the heart. So you can find these in the kidney. So it decreases blood pressure and controls electrolytes balance. But rather than increasing, it decreases blood pressure and electrolyte homeostasis. So why is blood pressure regulation so important? So what are the implications of a lower or a higher blood pressure? So blood pressure regulation is important because blood pressure that is too high or too low can cause health problems to you in the very near future. So hypotension, which is blood pressure that is lower than normal, may cause consistent fainting. However, hypertension, where blood pressure is consistently higher, it may severely damage your circulatory system. And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you understood what I was yapping about. Bye!